Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Sorry, we just had a slight technical issue with HDMI cord. We are here for the first game of the Men's Supa-Liga for this weekend between the Perth Pumas and the West Coast Cobras. For the Pumas, we've got number 10, Kai Zhan, number 19, Amar Jahel, number 1 in goal, Andrei Ignatchenko, number 44, Matt Stephenson. As we see, number 8, Marco Florenka open the scoring for the Cobras. Sorry, we did miss that just then. Sorry, we've just seen Kai Zhan equalise to put the score to 1-1. From that kick in, he finished into the bottom left-hand corner. We're just having another issue at the moment with our scoreboard not showing up, but we will get that fixed very quickly. The Pumas leaving an enormous hole in the middle of the court. Jake Pizzuto not getting a touch on the ball. So haven't yet actually finalised reading all of the names out to you, but we will get to it. This moment might be good. So 44, Matt Stephenson. 8, Gordon Tiong. 42, Tony Ommelchuk. Number 40, Yusho Nakeo. 25, Rory Wilkinson. 17, Bennett Vesey. And 5, Finn Alexander. For the Cobras, number 1 in goal, Tom Robles. Number 9, Luke Ross. Number 4, Jake Pizzuto. Number 45, Jamal Youssef. Number 7, Lukman Syed. Here's Florenka, the goal scorer. Number 16, James Oldroyd. Number 23, Vincent Longo. Number 8, Marco Florenka, the goal scorer. And number 22, Lachlan Ryan. We see Matt Stephenson just headbutt the court surface there. Hopefully he's all right. Looks all right. Fionn Mulholland with the kick in. Looking for Zhan, but Zhan up at pivot, unable to get onto it. Well, that was a rather hectic start to the match. Youssef receives at pivot, finds, or can't quite find Pizzuto after Nakeo does a really good defensive job. Robles for Florenka, down the line for Youssef. Florenka gets it back, finds Pizzuto. Nakeo defends well. Mulholland not close enough to Florenka. Pizzuto's shot is out for a goal throw. Ommelchuk now driving forwards. Vesey finds Nakeo, tries to slide the ball under Robles but can't. Ross shows good composure there to play Pizzuto. And then Youssef now down the line for Florenka, but his touch just letting him down. Ross now for Youssef and back. Cobras keeping possession of the ball well. Pumas, I'm not actually sure what to say right now. Jake Pizzuto, I don't know. Let's leave it at that and move on. Jahel trying to receive the ball back. Ommelchuk getting in the way. Zhan with a good turn, but he's dispossessed by Florenka. Good tackle by Vesey. Vesey heard the call to reset, but probably took a little bit too long. Florenka trying to lift the ball over Jahel. That's not going to happen. Jahel far too strong and athletic to allow that. Jahel for Jean. For Vesey. It's caught on the ball by Yusuf, and the Cobras have the kick in deep. Ross with time to look up. Florenka and Pizzuto exchanging passes. Good block by Omolchuk, and then the ball's out off of Florenka. Vesey received, but is dispossessed again. The Pumas having a lot of trouble keeping possession of the ball. Ross driving inside, looks up, back roll for Pizzuto. Excellent combination between the two. That was very good between the two Cobras players. Ross with the deception caused everybody to look away at the right moment. Found himself some space, but the pass just not quite there. As we see Alexander lose possession. Ross gets the ball back off of a Pumas player. Yusuf with the toe poke, and Ignachenko makes the save. Jahel for Vesey, and that ball out off of Oldroyd. Vesey looking for Omolchuk, but it's cut out by Pizzuto. Good ball into Yusuf. Oldroyd, can he find Pizzuto at the far post? Jahel gets a touch to take the ball out of play. Longo for Ross. Pizzuto, a little bit of space. Oh, just gets the touch back to Ross. Longo for Oldroyd. Ross again with some space. Tries to thread the needle, but can't get it between Omolchuk and Jahel. Now Pizzuto. Finn Alexander intercepts that pass from Oldroyd, shoots over the bar. It was a good chance for the 16-year-old. Maybe just panicked a little bit in front of goal with such a big side of the net. Normally a very, very accurate player, Alexander. Great ball there by him to Tiong, one-on-one with Robles. He goes around him, but can't finish on target. Excellent work there by Finn Alexander to set up Tiong. Good composure shown by the elder statesman in the Pumas side, most experienced player, but couldn't come up with the finish. Tiong looking to get himself another opportunity, but that ball's run out of play. Now Ross for Syed. Oldroyd's move to pivot. Trying to feed the ball in for the run of Longo, but can't get it there. We have some familiar faces returned this week after a little bit of an absence. For the Pumas, Dion Milius back on the bench. Sight for sore eyes. Just gave me a big smile, which was lovely to see too. We see Jahel one-on-one with Ross. Good tackle by Ross. Tiong looking at the floor. Maybe just is a bit uncoordinated. Stephenson gets beaten one-on-one by Oldroyd. Ignachenko. Stephenson allowed that little 1-2, and the pace of Oldroyd got in behind him. Good movement by Syed there. That ball out off of Longo. Good intention there from Ross, trying to get Longo to set up and then dummy a ball for Syed, but just not quite read by the Cobras number 23. Stephenson finds Mulholland for Nikeo, and that out at the near post is a little bit of a waste. Those sorts of shots need to at least be hitting the target, going towards the far post. Give your teammates an opportunity to get a tap in, or we see Lukman Syed's just put the ball out of play where Gordon Tiong slipped before. Maybe there is something. There may have just been some sweat on the floor, or Lauren Conti over there probably saw Gordon running and spilt some water on purpose. So we restart with the Cobras. Good tackle by Nikeo, cutting down that line. Ross finds Oldroyd down the line. Oldroyd holds the ball up very well. He's posted up in front of Stephenson, but between the two of them, the ball was won by the Pumas. And now Oldroyd's able just to shield the ball out of play. Ross with a good ball. Syed with a great flick. Oh, his volley, though. Second attempt over the bar. That was a very, very good first attempt. Great ball by Ross. Oh, Jean turned in the middle of the court into pressure. Good save by Ignachenko. Syed dispossesses Tiong, but then the favor is returned. Ignachenko with a good idea for Jean, but his touch just let him down. Can Ross get it back? No. Jean did a good defensive job to recover. And then that ball's out of play. Good block by Jean. Ross, good little ball down the line for Ryan, but can't quite get there before Ignachenko's sliding challenge. Ross with his eyes up, puts the ball in front of Ryan. He can't beat Jean, though. Good challenge by the Pumas number 10. Longo finds Syed. Oh, he can't shoot first time. He starts juggling the ball at the far post. Ryan retrieves the ball from Omelchuk. Finds Longo. Pumas are having to defend very deep at the moment. Withstand a lot of pressure. Cobra's getting a lot of movement. Oh, Ryan unable to drag that shot back far enough across his body. Alexander's calm enough to get the kick in for the Pumas. Playing it off Syed. Nikeo under pressure. Too relaxed there. Allowing himself to be pressed. Ball for Syed. Good block by Nikeo at the far post. Syed for Longo. That ball blocked by Alexander at the moment. With just under 5 minutes to go, the Cobras have played more than double the number of passes that the Pumas have played. Most of the possession has also been in the attacking half. Can Yusuf hit the target? No, he won't be happy with that. And that is a Pumas timeout, so we will be back very soon. Ignachenko with the throw, looking for Omolchuk, but he's hit the roof. Ryan restarts play for the Cobras to Pizzuto. Looking for a passing option. Plays Yusuf. Ryan receives against Alexander, goes inside. Plays Pizzuto. Yusuf very deep. Syed with great movement and a good touch towards Ryan, but the pass just out of his reach. Ignachenko trying to get the ball to Omolchuk, but well defended by Yusuf. More good defending by Lockie Ryan. Can he find space? Oh, Syed is making a blind run. Alexander to Omolchuk. Oh, that was a bicycle kick opportunity. Bennett Vesey. Little return pass from Alexander. That was definitely on, and Vesey's got the athleticism and the ability. I thought he may just try that bicycle kick. Ryan for Yusuf. Yusuf coming shallower now, trying to make the court condensed. Syed with the kick in. Looking for Pizzuto, finds him. Vesey blocks a little pass. Pizzuto was attempting inside. Ryan being held up by Jean. Good battle there between the fixo and the pivot, but Yusuf's pass was really well weighted to the benefit of Ryan. Jean could do nothing but foul him really there after being caught in that back position. Ignachenko organising his wall. Ryan's shot outside the far post. Jean comes off for a well-earned break. Omolchuk for Jahel to Alexander. Yusuf just with a misplaced touch there. Now he wins that ball that was played by Jahel for Omelchuk, but Vessi's now won it back, a 2v1. Jahel takes too long to release the ball, and then he was dragged down there. Robles, having come out early, was not able to get back up without fouling Amar Jahel. Really could have not had the situation happen at all if he'd had a touch and played it back across quickly, but let's see how the penalty goes. Oh, and it has ended up in the net. Amar Jahel putting the Pumas 2-1 up with 1:24 remaining before halftime. Robles going to his right and the ball just coming off his left arm. Good touch by Vessi on the ball. Stop Ryan, but Ryan's won that and then was fouled by Alexander. Ignachenko getting his wall lined up. Jahel putting pressure on the ball. Ryan ends up with it. Alexander now looking for a ball in behind. Mulholland hadn't read it. The Pumas survive that free kick. Ignachenko comes out just outside his box. Removes the danger. Jahel getting a good touch on that ball, got front position, made sure he was able to stretch in front of Ryan. Maybe shouldn't have had to stretch quite that much, but Vessi just, or Yusuf, good save by Robles. Yusuf was dispossessed by Vessi. Quick counter attack, well saved by Robles. Vessi's got the ball back though from Florenka. And now the free kick's given against Florenka. Pumas setting up. Finn Alexander at the near post. Vessi a little bit deeper. And Jahel now he's moved to the far post. Or shot straight at goal. And Robles saves over the bar. Or Jahel off balance. Lockie Ryan's in behind him. Can Robles find him? You can. But Ignachenko did enough to put pressure on. And Ryan lifted his shot over the bar. Ross back onto the court, looking for Oldroyd, finds him with a really well-weighted pass. Florenka's shot is saved by Ignachenko. 10 seconds remain. Ross trying to make the most of the Pumas being disorganized. And Oldroyd, his pass was blocked by Ignachenko, who hasn't switched back on yet. Vessi cleans up and can run down the clock. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is halftime. First half goals to Kaijan and Amar Jahel see the Perth Pumas 2-1 up. The first goal of the match was scored by Marco Florenka very, very early, inside the first minute of the game. We will have the stats up on the screen in just a second. As you can see, the Cobras, who started off very, very well. The possession statistics have evened up a little bit later in the half, but 230 passes by the Cobras to 150 by the Pumas, 160 completed by the Cobras. The possession rate at the moment is 68 to 32. At one stage in the first half, it was more like 76 to 24. So the Pumas have gotten themselves back into the game after a bit of a slow start, but you can see that 10 passing strings of 5 or more for the Cobras tells a big story about how much possession they have had. The Pumas have done very well to absorb the pressure, but it may still continue to tell in the second half. The Cobras need to be a little bit more efficient in front of goal, and we'll see how the second half pans out very soon. Okay, we are back for the second half with the Cobras running left to right, 2 goals to 1 down, having started the game very, very well. The Pumas worked their way back into the match without a heap of possession, but by being more efficient in front of goal than the Cobras had been able to be. Oldroyd trying to play the ball in for Florenko. Stephenson receives, tackled by Ross. Good turn by Syed to keep possession. Syed for Ross. Little parallel, great ball down the line. Just didn't quite get enough air to be able to volley for Syed. Syed with a tackle on Jan. Ignachenko for Tiong. To Stephenson, to Jahel. Ross does well to stay with him and put the ball out of play. Stephenson receives from Jahel. Now his pass is cut out by Syed, who can drive. A 3v2 for the Cobras. But the Pumas recovered really well defensively. Tiong trying to do too much with the ball. Did well to slow the game down and let his teammates open up, but then needed to make a decision before the ball ran out of play. Ross's shot. Ignachenko, I don't think was too happy with his defenders there. That ball looked very, very close to that near post. Good throw, though, by Ignachenko. Stephenson deals with the pressure but can't get the shot off. Ignachenko calling the ball was out. Must have very, very good vision. Ross beats Tiong, gets it back. His shot at the far post, out of play. Excellent return ball by Oldroyd. Jahel got a little bit lost. Florenka skews his shot off the outside of his boot. Excellent play by the Pumas. Tiong, Jean, and Stephenson. And Syed does enough to cover. And then, let's say he left the ball intentionally. Out for a Pumas kick in. Excellent defensive position by the Cobras player. Stephenson and Oldroyd wrestling. Oldroyd, I think both of them had a piece of each other's shirt. Oldroyd, the one penalized there. Jahel against Syed. Jahel beats him and was potentially dragged back, but the referee's not giving it. I think Cobras might feel that's a bit of an evener after the last one. Syed for Ross. Down the line for Syed. He's got Florenka at the far post. Perhaps took a touch too long to get the ball across to Florenka. Jahel for Jean, great ball. Excellent defensive work though. You can see both of these teams have got a lot of ability on the ball, but the defensive work right there of Syed to get back, win the header, and the athleticism in that header as well. Nikeo reads it well. Syed finds Longo at the far post. Bit of a scramble. Jean now 3v1. And Ross wins that. Rolling foul given against the Cobras. Jean playing that ball into the middle, but there was no one there. Syed can't ride the challenge of Tiong. Good strength by Tiong in the challenge. It was a great run by Syed. Just couldn't get onto the ball. Longo does well to outmuscle Omulchuk. Now Syed with a great touch for Longo. Gets the shot off. Ross. Oh, just got his foot caught on the ball. This game becoming more end-to-end. And the Cobras have the kick in. It's becoming a little bit messy as the game gets stretched. Nikeo and Jean getting a little bit mixed up there. Ross shooting. Over the bar. Ignachenko looking up. Plays Thiong for Nikeo, but he's dispossessed by Longo. Wins it back. And Longo now, great save by Ignachenko, but Ryan is there to finish it off. Puts the ball in firmly to bring the Cobras back to level terms. The Pumas had several opportunities to move the ball out of that danger area. Didn't do it. Omulchuk receives. Tiong trying the back roll, but it's cut out by Pizzuto. Omulchuk one-on-one with Ryan. Longo wins it. Dispossessed by Vesey. Tiong squeezes the ball from Mulholland. And it's blocked by Yusuf. Oh, Mulholland's pass is loose. Ryan trying to look up. Plays Pizzuto. He needs Longo to show. Tiong wins the ball in front. Excellent work by Tiong there to beat 2 players. Incredible athleticism. Now Longo wins it though. Get the ball caught under his foot again. As I said, this game becoming very, very stretched and quick. As it does, it's become a little bit sloppy. Ignatchenko's bootlace is coming undone. Omolchuk with a strange technique for tying that shoelace, but got it done. The Pumas again sitting very deep. Vesey wins it now. Counter attack. Mulholland down the line. Can he finish? Well defended by Lockie Ryan. And that goal finished by Vesey to put the Pumas back 3-2 up. Ryan a little bit unlucky after really good defensive work. Got the ball caught under his feet. That was very bad luck there for the Cobras, number 22. Looking to take on Alexander. Resets now for Yusuf. Then to Pizzuto. Yusuf again. Looking to try and get himself a one-on-one situation. Receives down the line. Plays Pizzuto for Longo. And then back for Pizzuto. Vesey now has Alexander one side, Mulholland the other. His shot is saved by Robles. The Cobras players struggling to recover defensively. That work rate needs to pick up from the Cobras, especially with people like Ross and Syed on the bench. That defensive work rate is even more important. Pizzuto for Ryan. Spins against Jahel. The referee saying the touch on the ball. Good block by Jahel. Good challenge by Ryan again. That's more what the Cobras need. Again, excellent defensive work by Ryan. Vesey put a bit under pressure by Jahel's touch. Vesey had the shot after he had touched it. Cobras moving the ball around well, but at the moment it's all in front of the Pumas. Here we go, a little bit more penetration. A good idea from Florenko. Pizzuto trying to find Longo, can't do it. Vesey. Hopefully just a little bit of a talking to from Florenko. Good challenge by Pizzuto and Florenko there on Jahel. Oldroyd receives and holds it up. Does well against Stephenson. Both of them battling physically very well. Florenko's pass cut out by Vesey. Jahel giving a little bit too much space to Pizzuto, but at the same time, Florenka got far too much space right in the D. Good save in the end, I think, by Ignachenko, but should not be able to get that much space that close to goal. Oldroyd does well. Hold the corner up. Ross to Florenka. Into Oldroyd. There's a scramble. And Ignachenko has cleared the ball from on the floor. I believe he may have been stood on by his teammate Jahel. Cobras with the kick in. Ross's shot over the bar. Ignachenko for Jean. Pressed by Ross. He's got the ball back, but under pressure then from Oldroyd. Nikeo trying to flick the ball on, but unable to keep it in. Florenko trying to turn against Nikeo. Florenka. His corner ends up at the feet of Yusuf. He's able with his chest to deflect the ball to Ross. And his ball across goal. His ball across goal, unable to be tapped in. I believe the Pumas have called a timeout, as the Cobras were also looking to call one. We'll be back very soon. The Cobras will be looking to play fly keeper, I'm sure, very soon once they are back in possession. Pumas now trying to keep possession. Ross wins it. Ignachenko saves. Jahel needs to be much stronger in possession. Robles comes out and clears. That was good work from Luke Ross, but Amar Jahel nearly cost his side. So Florenka now onto the court as the fly keeper. Great ball from Ross. Excellent ball from Ross. Syed unable to hit the target, claiming it was saved by Ignachenko. The Cobras need to press. Stephenson in against Robles. Lifts it over him, but unable to get it on target. The Pumas Looking to get pressure through Stephenson. That ball from Yusuf was a little bit dangerous, but they kept it. Obviously, the fly keeper is all about trying to catch the defensive team in an underload by moving the ball quickly, drawing defenders towards you, and then playing at a different angle. The Cobras have got a team basically packed full of individuals who are more than capable of being dangerous in their own right, much less when they are a player up. They can move the ball quickly as they have been. They've already had 2 good chances with the fly keeper. It's just patience and then finishing. Oh, that touch by Pizzuto was a bit loose. Ignacenko's shot easily controlled by Ross. Yusuf had an opportunity there to go forwards. The Cobras need to start shooting. Under 2.5 minutes now. Good touch from Ross. Pizzuto back for Ross. Again, that pass just a little bit loose. Those details at the moment are costing the Cobras goal-scoring chances. Robles does well. Shield the ball from Jean. Plays Yusuf. Jean still hasn't recovered. Now he has. The Pumas back in their shape. Just under 2 minutes now. Stop clock time. Again, the Cobras really need to move the ball quickly and get more shots. Every time the ball goes out for them, it does more for them than it does the Pumas. Finn Alexander finishes to put the Pumas 4-2 up. Into the empty net. The Cobras not having enough shots when they had created chances. Syed now. Ball flashes across goal. Ignachenko trying to throw for Jahel, but the ball's out of play. And this is where the Cobras need to slow the game down. Use the stop clock to their advantage. Pizzuto's pass is loose. Good pressure by Syed. Make sure the shot couldn't happen quickly. Now Tiong trying to get the ball to Vesey. And this is better from the Cobras. James Oldroyd just been told that in fact the clock has stopped. The Cobras need to do exactly what they're doing and use the clock. Ryan with the shot across goal. Flash just past James Oldroyd. Ignachenko looking for Jahel. Ross keeps the ball in play. Great turn by Ryan. He's bulldozed his way through. Bulldozed his way through, but couldn't keep his balance. Florenko looking to play Oldroyd. Cobras need to slow down and get themselves set up, get some shots going. This is better from Ryan to Ross. Can they get a shot? Great ball. Florenko with a really good pass, but Oldroyd's touch let him down. With 12 seconds remaining, I think Tiong will try and just clear the ball. Played Jahel, but it was a corner. Ryan for Oldroyd. Again, the Cobras were not set up for that. The opportunity goes begging to get a shot. That one from Ross off target. And that will be the final score. 4-2 to the Perth Pumas. A massive upset after the Cobras started off very quickly and I believe outpossessed the Pumas by nearly double. The goal scorers for the Pumas, two goals in the first half, one for Kaijan, one for Marjahel. The second half, one for Bennett Vesey and one for Finn Alexander. The very early goal for Marco Florenka, and then Lockie Ryan got a goal in the second half to get the Cobras level, but it didn't. That parity didn't last long. The final statistics: Cobras with 434 passes to Pumas 290. The Cobras nearly doubling the number of completed passes to the Pumas with 314 to 172. And you can see again that possession statistic, 64-36. Total shots, 17-12. The Cobras definitely did not get enough shots in that fly keeper time to make the most of the possession that they had. And the Pumas have gone away 4-2 winners. We'll be back a little bit later with the next, I think it's a Women's Super-Liga match later on. We'll see you very soon. Thank you.